About damn time. What's up, YouTube? Your boy back once again with another sport topic, and today we're going to talk about Honey Badger, the addition, the Texans, what the Texans have done. Finally brought somebody in, worth bringing in. Finally brought somebody worth having. Brought somebody with some high talent. Finally did something like that. So, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this addition to Honey Badger. And let's talk about General Manager Brian Gaines. Now that he's brought in Honey Badger, if I would have to give Brian Gaines a grade via free agency, it's still a C. I'll give you a C+. I'll give you a C+. I'll give him a C+. That's what I do. I'll give him a C+. Before the Honey Badger signing, it was F. It was a complete F. It was a complete failure because of the salary cap space, the names that were out there, the people who were out there, the needs that you have, and you came up with nothing to replace those needs with the salary cap space that you did have. So I give you an F for that. I give you a C+ because you did bring in a Pro Bowl, All-Pro caliber player to shore up in the area of need in secondary, especially the safety position. We've never had a superstar safety. We've never had any safety be an All-Pro or a Pro Bowler. I mean, we've had Pro Bowlers. We've had Pro Bowlers on DN and linebackers and corners, but never in the safety department. So this gives you a complete upgrade franchise-wise. But, I mean, now, I give Brian Gaines 100% credit of the contract, the 1 year, $7 million. I give Brian Gaines 100% on getting that deal, that part of the deal, bringing in Honey Badger for so low, because that gives you enough space to go out there and get EJ Gaines and things like that. But the deal bringing in himself, I give him a 30% credit on. Like, I give him 30%. I give JJ 40%, and I give Honey Badger the other 30%. Because let's be real, JJ recruited him, and that's the reason why Honey Badger is a Houston Texan right now. Let's be real. Let's be completely honest about that. Because JJ never, not one time ever, does anything like the way he was doing. JJ never tweets and tries to recruit players. Even when, you know, we brought in Wilfork, and if you watch Hard Knocks, him and Wilfork were like this. They were tight. He's the reason why Wilfork got on HEB commercials. Because, you know, it was only JJ. They brought in Osweiler, which was an epic failure on the field and them commercials because he cannot act at all. And then they brought in Wilfork because of JJ. JJ got Wilfork in the commercials. Wilfork still in the commercials. Now he's not even a Texan no more. Wilfork still in them damn commercials. And does a good job. Wilfork's a good actor. He's actually pretty funny. But JJ never does anything like that. Anytime they ask JJ about things like during the draft, I play football, I let the front office do what the front office does, and whoever they bring in, I welcome as a Houston Texan, that type of stuff. Always a company answer. So he's never done that recruiting type thing. And for him to see the needs that we have and the cap space that we have and see people flying off the shelves, they all was sitting like we was looking like, what the fuck are they doing? Like, what are they doing? And, you know, Honcho brought up a great point. Shout out to South Sports. Honcho brought up a great point talking about the perception that this franchise has. That maybe it's not just Brian Gaines. No, maybe it's a combination of Brian Gaines. It's a combination of Bob Manette, his comments. But not only that, just the way that this team and this franchise is perceived. We're still looked at as that little bitty brother, that franchise team, that team that's in the AFC South, which always is the weakest division type stuff. And we only win weak divisions. But let's be clear and let's be honest and be real with ourselves. We, like I said in my last one, we do celebrate mediocrity. We celebrate 9-7 seasons like they 12-4. And we celebrate AFC South titles like they Super Bowls. We go out there and celebrate AFC South titles like they Super Bowls. We go out there and buy this AFC South hats and shirts and be like, yeah, AFC South champions. And, you know, the first two times, them cool. But after that, it starts to get old. And it should be that AFC South should be not a goal. I mean, not the ceiling. It should be the floor. We should have been AFC South champions type stuff. And let's be honest with ourselves. In our franchise history, we only have 3 playoff wins, and all of them at home. 2 of them to Andy Dalton, and the other one's to Connor Cook. So yeah, we don't have that level of respect. And that's why I was so critical and so angry with Brian Gaines. And that's the reason why I claim Brian Gaines to be soft. He looks weak to me because Knowing all that, knowing the salary cap space that you had, he should have came out there, and the needs that you had, with the names that was out there, he should have came out there like gangbusters in the offseason and been like, hey, Brian Gaines, Houston Texans, hey, we coming. We got JJ, we got Clowney, we got Watson, we got Watt, we got Hop, the best receiver in the league. We got all these things. So he's a hop on the train to get ran the fuck over. That's how he's supposed to came out there. He's supposed to go out there and get these people and bring them into the fold and bring them on and shore up this back end of this defense or shore up this offensive line. And he came out, that's how he came out. He came out weak and soft to me. And I had a problem with that. I still have a problem with that. Now, with the signing of Tyrann, Honey Badger, does that save the offseason? It makes it better. If he could bring in EJ Gaines, yes. If he brings in EJ Gaines, I can move his grade up to a B. And it's not the best that you could have done, but it's from where you at, it's great. But it's not the best you could have done, but it's good. Because then now you actually have somebody that we can feel comfortable with on the outside, being the outside corner. Because we can't be comfortable with Jonathan Joseph. Jonathan Joseph is old. I know Honcho thinks that Kevin Johnson going to be an all-pro, but I don't see it. I have no faith in him being the outside corner. Then Colvin, I mean, I don't really know about Colvin. I know Ray and Doug Scout, Soft Sports, they both say that he's not built to be an outside corner. He's really not. He's really not built to be an outside corner. I don't know because I've only really seen him in the slot. I know he was the best slot corner in the NFL, but that was playing against that front that he had and playing with AJ Bouye and Ramsey. I mean, like I said, I could cover slot, and I think they signed Hayden, DJ Hayden, to be their next corner, their slot corner, and I think that whoever is going to play in the slot will have similar numbers to what Colvin had. I do. I think he's going to have similar, like when it comes to that pro football ranking, he's going to have similar. He's going to have a similar ranking to Colvin because he's playing with that type of defense. And it's not a knock on Colvin. Like I said, I have no issue with Colvin. It was just that was the first corner that you signed. And I said, all the people that we signed, they once you put on them jerseys, I root for you. Once you throw on that deep steel blue, that barrel red, and that Liberty white, hey, I'm rocking with you. You a Texan. You know what I'm saying? I'm a diehard fan. Anybody throwing on that jersey and put on that helmet, I'm a fan of yours. I want you to succeed. It's not that I don't want Kevin Johnson to succeed. It's just I just have no faith that he will. I don't feel he's capable of doing it. This is my honest opinion. Colvin, I don't know. Like I said, it's the way we got Colvin, not that we got Colvin. If we missed out on some other guys and then we got Colvin, it's different. But we got Colvin before anybody else was off the shelf. That was the issue with me. That was the problem. But hey, everybody keeps saying, hey, you got JJ, you got Merciless, you got Clowney, you got Covington, you got Rita, you got Zach Cunningham, Dylan Cole, Bernard McKinney. You got that front. You got Rat calling this defense. This secondary going to be better. This is going to be better. That's what everybody keeps saying. Now you got Honey Badger, so of course it's going to be better. If you could throw EJ Gaines into this mix, that way you have EJ Gaines and you could have Kevin Johnson will more than likely have to play outside because he's that first round pick. That guy proved that he's good. The other outside, and then you use Colvin in the slot. I feel way better about this defense than I did 32 hours ago, 42 hours ago, whatever many 4 days is, 3 days was. I feel much better about this defense. Much better. 48. That's it. 48. I feel much better about this defense. Much better. Much better about this defense than I did 48 hours ago. I really do. But, and like I said, EJ had an appointment in Arizona. He met with Ezra yesterday. Came back without no deal. Said still hope that we can still get him. And like I said, like Rack, who I think is one of the greatest defensive coordinators of all time, has never had a safety like Honey Badger. So to get somebody with that type of skill set, you plug him into this defense, you can move him around. He's best suitable to play free safety, but you can use him in different packages that have him cover the slot, Have him. Maybe you might even use him in certain packages. Because I know Coleman said that he can play linebacker. Use maybe in certain packages. I don't know how they'll do it because I'm not a defensive coordinator. But I'm pretty sure he can come up with a game plan depending on people fronts, the way they offense are, who's the best offensive player on that team. If it's a back, if it's a receiver, if it's a tight end, if it's the second tight end, the matchups. And I think that he can exploit other teams' weaknesses, especially with a player of the caliber of Honey Badger. And like I said, Honey Badger taking that 1-year deal. I mean, Arizona fans have been commenting about, y'all think y'all got some Ed Reed 0.2. Ed Reed 2.0. He's not the same player that he was. I think that's the reason why Honey Badger took that deal. That's the reason why. As I said, that's why I gave him 30% because Arizona could have kept him. He took less money to come to Houston. Arizona wanted to do a pay cut to get him to 8. They wanted to give him a pay cut to go to 8. He took 7 in Houston. Yeah, it's right. It's right down the street from New Orleans. New Orleans, what, 4 or 5 hours away. So he right there by home. Not to mention when he was going through his issues in LSU, he came to Houston to live with their life coach Lewis to get his life right. So he got connections and ties to the city. So of course he felt comfortable. Now you think about it, you got JJ, you got JJ, you got Clowney, like these names I just said, Merciless, Covington. Like you got these players. You got on the offensive end. You got Deshaun Watson. You got Hop. You got Will Fuller. You got these things that you can do, and that's the reason why he took that 1-year deal to prove that he's gonna be worth a contract, a big contract next year. It's gonna be a make or break year, and that's why I fully expect him to play at a Pro Bowl, All Pro level. I fully do. And you got all these people who on this team. Think about it, you got Watson, Merciless, and now Honey Badger, all gonna be competing for comeback player of the year. and like Ray Ray said when the news broke, if you think about it, like with a 1-year deal, we don't re-sign Clowney or give Clowney an extension. I mean, we have to pay both of them next year. And if they both ball out, like how we gonna do that? And it's bad to think about, but you want to sit up here and enjoy the moment. You want to. That's a good problem to have, kinda, because I mean, if they both play at an All-Pro, Pro Bowl level, and we expect Deshaun Watson to play the way we expect him to play, this team should be playing in the AFC Championship game. Like, because with Deshaun Watson, I mean, I've been talking a lot of crap about how I was pissed off about EJ Gaines. I mean, pissed off about Brian Gaines, what he's not doing. I fully expect that with Deshaun Watson, that they should come out there and win 9-10 games and should win the AFC South title. Like, I feel that with Deshaun Watson, they can still do that. But I just don't feel that we should be accepting that just because we got that quarterback that we should let our defense do whatever. No, we need to make that as strong as we can make it. We have the capability and we have the means to make that defense good. Make it as good as you can. Because that just increases your chances even more. It just increased your chances even more. I mean, think about this. Even though they won without Carson Wentz, second year in the league, the Eagles are Super Bowl champions. Why we can't have that with the Texans? Why the Texans can't be Super Bowl champions a year? They say Deshaun Watson second year in the league. Shore up their defense. Make that defense as best as you can make it. And you can possibly have yourself an AFC title and possibly have yourself in the Super Bowl. I mean, think about this. Jacksonville was, 3-13, made it to AFC title. Eagles didn't make the playoffs, won the Super Bowl with their backup quarterback. I mean, it can be done. It can be done. I want it to be done. You know? It can be done. So that's what we should do. And like I said, I give Gaines credit on the deal because now you do have money to go out there and get EJ Gaines. Hopefully you can bring in EJ Gaines. But like I said, we can't sit up here and be like, because people like say, I told you we got Honey Badger. See, we can't sit up here and act like this is part of the plan because we ain't know that Honey Badger is going to be available. This is like when you get an undrafted free agent and he becomes an All-Pro and you be like, that's part of the plan. Like, no, you didn't know he was going to be All-Pro. You didn't know he was going to be that good. Like, you didn't know that Honey Badger was going to be available because there was still, Arizona had plenty of options. They could have traded Honey Badger. The main option, what they were trying to do was get him to take a pay cut. That's what we thought. Now, we knew that it was a possibility he could get released, but we didn't know full-fledged he was going to get released. I mean, 3 weeks ago, Denver was talking about releasing Aqib Talib, and they traded him away for a 5th-round pick. Same thing with the Kansas City was always going to trade pieces. They weren't going to straight release him. But I mean, you didn't know. Same thing with Michael Bennett from Seattle. There was talks of them releasing Bennett. He didn't have to get traded. There was talks of him just getting released. So you don't know. You think people are going to be available, but you don't know for a fact. That's the reason why people do get traded, because once more than one team starts thinking like, hey, they might go after him if he gets be a free agent. Because if he's a free agent, it's all up to him. He has the complete choice. Let me go ahead and make this phone call and get this trade done. And say what you want about Rick Smith. Rick Smith was highly respected. He was highly respected. He might have been, he drafted well in the 1st round, well in the 6th and 7th round, okay in the 2nd, but from 3rd to 5th round was horrible. But he got undrafted free agents too. He knew how to pick the guys who were not thought of as being worth drafted. AJ Bouye, Arian Foster, just to name a few. He did get undrafted free agents. He was highly respected. Think about this. Out of any trade that we've ever had, have we ever got fucked out the trade? Like think about this. We ever get the raw deal of the trade? Like, man, we kind of got fucked out that trade. You really can't. If you can think of something, let me know, because I can't think of none on the top of my head. People do want to say giving up a 2nd-round pick just to get rid of Osweiler. You got to think about this. That's a combination deal with Deshaun Watson, because we only traded the 1 pick to move up to 12. When teams normally, think about what the Jets just did. The Jets had to trade a 2nd. They trade their pick, a 2nd pick, a 3rd. They trade like 4 picks just to move up 6 spots. Not even 6 spots. To move up 3 spots. Just to move up 3 spots. We moved from 25 to 12 and only gave up 1 pick. That's because it was a combination of that 2nd-round pick. The deals, even though they went together at the same time, they kind of ran together. Rick Smith said that. He said when he made the Osweiler trade, he said, hey, if our guy is up there at 12, it's gonna be a package deal. We don't want to give it to just in case he gets taken before 12. But hey, if he's still in 12, we're gonna make this deal. It's a handshake agreement. Cleveland front office, they said yeah, and they were good on their word. And I appreciate Cleveland for being stupid and being good on your word. I appreciate y'all for that. But so you really ain't get fucked that trade, because I give up 4 1st-round picks to get Deshaun Watson. If he keep playing the way he was playing, I give up 4 1st-round picks to get Deshaun Watson. You crazy? Are you completely crazy? Come on. So nah. He did what he had to do. Like, share, subscribe if you haven't. Comment below if you haven't. Click that bell to get more videos. I'ma holler at y'all. Like I said, I'm happy about the Honey Badger signing. I give Brian Gaines a C+. If he can bring in EJ Gaines, I'll move him up to a B. But I do think this defense is significantly better with Honey Badger on there, and I think he's going to have an all-pro season.